Hey, welcome back. It is another Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we all know what time that is. It is Square One Time, starring me and Mr. Anzo, and we have a special guest today, aka Laker fan, Mr. Diesel. How you doing, sir?
That's right. Doing well, man. Thanks for the invite. I'm happy to be here, and we'll get this thing going. You know what I mean?
No
I
problem.
just
Thanks
want
for
to say,
coming on.
and the other, Mr. Men Diesel. What's up, bro?
How you doing, gentlemen?
What's up, Mendizo?
He
Thanks for
rocking
the
the wrong.
punctuality.
He rocking the wrong hat today. Oh my god.
Notice he always has that Redskin hat on, but it's all good.
You know
Hey,
what?
Redskin. That's
Thank
like
you.
similar.
Thank you, D.
No, that's Redskins, bro.
No, it
What
isn't.
are they?
No, it's
Oh, no.
the Senators.
That's like
Hockey.
that's Seminoles or either a hockey team or something.
That's right. It's the Chicago Blackhawks. And
Black-
Yeah.
during these sensitive times, I come to realize either I'm a racist or I love all Indian teams.
True.
So I know I'm not a racist, so I must love them. And if they change the name, I'll still be a fan. And this is the case.
Isn't it just
Yep.
that you like crappy teams? Can we just say that?
Man, come
So
on, man.
what?
Come on.
They all got championships on their banners, so I'll let the talk itself. Excuse me, what's that behind you? It's kind of blurry.
You see what that is, bro?
Yeah, I see SS. I can only
Look like San Antonio
see K's in
Blues.
the middle of that.
Spurs, baby. See that Laker one? We can scratch that one out, though. We can scratch that out.
This year, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We will.
All right, we're gonna divide this up into two sections. First half is gonna be basketball, NBA, and then we're gonna jump into the football, NFL, and we have a special guest who is a lifelong Cleveland fan, and she loves to talk football. Her name is Miss Becky. She'll be coming on doing that segment. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and jump on the first question, and let me pull it up.
What's up, chat? What up, Nindroid? What up, Terrence? Freezing over there, Danny. He might have froze. Danny.
Yeah, I think he froze up.
Yeah, he froze up. All right.
He's
No
pulling
problem.
too much. He's pulling too much people.
Yeah, he's pulling too much stuff into his thing. All right, so I
That's
was going to tell him. It's a good sign? It's starting off good. I was going to tell him he should let me do it anyway, so I'll share my screen when he comes back. But I can definitely start off with the first question to get you guys' inputs. So this first question is, Kenny Smith ranked LeBron James as the 10th greatest NBA player of all times. Is this too high, too low, or just right? Anybody can start it off. You know what, Diesel? You started off. Mr. Laker fan over there. Start it off.
Yo, I'm a Lakers fan, and I'll admit I'm not much of a LeBron fan. I'm a fan of his because he's on the Lakers now, but prior to that, I wasn't much. I admire the guy. He puts in his work. He is the best athlete right now in the league. Well, top one or two. That's another topic. But in terms of what Kenny Smith mentioned, no, I would put him a little higher than that, at least in the top 5, just for not only the accolades that he put in, the time he put in as well, and just an all-around good player, man. You have to give it up to him. He actually is a really good player. He fills up all the spots, and he brings it, man. He brings it. The only thing I have a knock on him for, he does not have that killer instinct.
Oh, thank you. I was holding that back so long.
Yeah, that's the only thing. The only knock I got against, even when he wasn't on the Lakers. I always thought that of him, and that's why I never put him above Jordan. That's for sure. can't be, and he's very close to my man Kobe too. So because Kobe has that killer instinct, it kind of puts him kind of neck and neck there. But yeah, I wouldn't put him as low as 10, man. That's just wrong.
My God, I hate to say this, but I absolutely agree with you, brother.
Damn, man.
You know, I definitely agree with you. LeBron James should be higher than 10. I mean, just try and name 10 players right now that are better than him. It's hard to do, you know.
Yeah,
I know. Daniel probably have a difference.
The thing is with Kenny, he put in the aspect that it was it's a softer game now. But just from an athletic standpoint, I think he is at least top 5.
Yeah, I get it. And even though it's a softer game, LeBron James could still play back in those Harden days. Look how big he is. You cannot tell me that LeBron
You'd
James
have to change his mentality, but he would be able to play.
Absolutely.
Sorry, go ahead, Mendezo. We didn't give you a chance.
No, it's all good. I like to hear everyone's perspective fully too, you know. But for me, I'm more or less on the same page as you. I believe he's gifted, godly, just lacking that killer instinct. Because if he had that killer instinct, I would put him in the top 3.
It would be a wrap, definitely.
Because he's built unlike anybody else to play that position. There was a playoffs where, you know, he had the last shot and he threw it up and he blamed the other player. And I guess from that point on, I looked at LeBron different, you know, because coming out, you were like, you couldn't wait.
Right.
Then you're like, okay, I'm still waiting.
True.
He has it, but I want to see it, you know?
Yeah, he's playing for the long run, I think, and not everybody could have that mental edge. You know what I mean? Not everybody.
It takes along once in a while, but
it comes on once in a generation.
You mention of LeBron in the same as Jordan, or in the same as Kobe, who idolized Jordan. If you idolize Jordan and you didn't play with a killer instinct, you're idolizing the wrong guy.
Right.
No matter what you're applying it to, if I want to play chess like Jordan, I'm trying to take you out hard. I want to take you out so you don't want to play me again.
By any means
necessary. If you hear my name, you're not going. That's the way I play.
That's the thing. Nobody feared LeBron.
And when I see that kind of player, yes, sir.
You're not playing basketball. You're playing football.
Oh no!
That's two different sports. You ain't got a pad of helmet on, man. A pad of helmet on, I'm with you.
Oh no, bro!
On the court, you don't play like that. Basketball is a finesse game, a finesse and power game.
Yeah,
you're trying to kill somebody.
We're not taking away that from LeBron. LeBron is very cerebral. He's very smart. He knows the game intellectually, but that killer instinct. Let's say, for example, Russell Westbrook. If you took the mentality of Russell Westbrook,
oh my God,
in the body of LeBron James,
I think Jordan would be scared a little bit of losing that throne.
Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me, man. Y'all killing me.
Why? What's your take on this, buddy?
LeBron, this gonna pain me to say this shit. He should be in the top 10, but he should be right where he at. Because you don't have 3 things to me that turns him off. You don't have the killer instinct like y'all saying.
Right.
At clutch time, I'm not putting his ass on the free throw because you're gonna lose the game.
Damn right.
And you always complaining about I need more help. Right. The other guys didn't need help. They got who they was drafted, and they went out there and they played. Even for the damn Detroit Pistons, who I hate, they develop a plan to neutralize Michael Jordan. So I gotta take my head off of that. So there's no way in my mind, my opinion, that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. First thing, and I think he's right where he need to be in the top 10. He don't need to be on the route. He's not on my Mount Rushmore. I don't know about y'all, but he ain't on.
No, he's not on mine. I'm sorry.
Now if he wins 2 championships at the Lakers, I may have to revisit.
You'll move him up to what, 4 or 5? Put him on.
Put him at 5.
A side profile on the Mount Rushmore. You know.
Put him at 5.
If there's room for it.
I'm telling you,
room, no doubt.
To me, in my mind, I know I'm going to take heat for this, but if Russell Westbrook win 2 or 3 more triple doubles and get 2 or 3 rings under his belt, and he can do, and to my opinion, he can do that at Houston. If him and James Harden find some kind of way to mesh, them boys can
Yeah,
win.
because I
Yeah.
think Kenny put what's his name,
Oscar Robertson,
Oscar Robinson. You put him in the top nine there, ahead of
because
LeBron,
he was a triple
because he
double
had a triple.
machine.
Exactly. So, but skill wise, I don't know. I don't know.
You're saying that if Russell Westbrook gets a couple more triple doubles and wins a couple championships, he'll be better than LeBron?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook
I
will
don't think
never
so.
be better than
I
LeBron.
wouldn't even have
He will never be better than LeBron. But I'm
no.
saying this is what I'm saying. If I got $10 and I got a $10 ticket, it's all I got in my name. And I'm gonna pay that $10 to see LeBron, that $10 to see Russell Westbrook. I'm gonna see Russell Westbrook every time.
I got you on
Not
that.
the fact that he's better than LeBron, but he is more
Wait,
exciting. He
wait.
is much
I give you
TV.
110%.
He wants to eat the rim.
Well, you see, I agree with you. He is more exciting, but man, until this year and last year, his game was so selfish. You know what I mean? Now that he's with Harden, it's a little bit different. And the year before that, it was different. Last 2 years, he's been playing differently, right? But
He's gonna have to learn. He's gonna have to learn a different part of his game because his athleticism is gonna wane
yeah, of
at
course,
some point in his career.
100%.
That's what happened to Michael Jordan. If you watch Michael Jordan, like the first 6 or 7 years, man, that sucker was running full court, 360, dunking, all kind of
You
stuff.
want to do
And
everything, yeah.
when he got them 30s, that's when he started to fade away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but even LeBron kind of shifted to that. He's leading in the NBA in assists. Why do you think that is? He's controlling the ball. He's not looking to score as much. He just distributing. Like he was a bad distributor before, but now it gives him a little more time, and he just needs to rest while he's distributing the ball. You know?
Isn't he averaging a triple double this season?
No, he's not. He's about there,
Not
but he's
close
not.
to it, right?
Yeah, but he's not. But he's leading the league in assists right
In
now.
assists, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Let's go to the next question. Do you think Greg Popovich would be a good fit in Brooklyn? This is a 2-part question. If so, would he be able to handle Kyrie and Durant? I read it again. Do you think Kevin Popovich would be a good fit in Brooklyn? And if so, would he be able to handle Kyrie and Durant?
You know I'm starting with this one, right, Danny? You know I'm starting with this
Yeah, that's why I asked.
I'm just holding back. Let's just.
Absolutely, yes, he would. I don't care what anybody wants to say. Greg Popovich is still the best coach in the NBA. As long as he's out of the league, he will always be the best coach in the NBA. Now, I granted Kevin Durant and Kyrie have their issues. You know what I mean? They're very sensitive players. But Greg Popovich can change his style of play. He can change his style of the way he deals with these players. Like when Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker were there, he rode them because he knew they can handle it. But he has had some players where they couldn't handle the kind of pressure he put on them. So he didn't yell at them like he would yell at anybody else. You know what I mean? He was more calm with certain players. Plus, over the years, he has changed his style. Like he's only sarcastic and rude with the with the
Media.
he's only with the media, right? But with his team players, you don't see him like yelling at them as much as he used to be. I mean, this guy used to be on Tim Duncan. Tony Parker has got the worst of Popovich in like anybody out of the Spurs organization.
Worst for sure.
Yeah, he got the worst, you know. So I think Popovich would definitely change to adapt to Kyrie and Kevin Durant, and 100% he would absolutely make them better. I agree with that. I 100%.
It is different NBA, right?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know.
Maybe those tactics not work in today's NBA.
So you're thinking that, but that's what I just said. Popovich will change his style. He's changed his style over the 3 decades in the NBA, bro. Every decade was a different type of style.
I don't know. I thought San Antonio was boring every year.
San Antonio was not boring down bro.
I'm not the only one that's thought that.
Let me tell you what you guys think that. It's okay.
Let me tell you why this ain't gonna work. You ever heard of a word called obsolete?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Greg Popovich is obsolete. His way of doing stuff
Wow.
is. I'm just telling you. You ever watched a movie called Other People's Money?
Yes,
There's
I
a
see that
part
one.
where Danny DeVito said, "You remember there was a used to be a buggy whipping.
Uh-huh.
I bet it's the last company made the best buggy whips ever. But you know what happened? Cars was invented. And I'm telling you right now, you know what happened? Social media is invented. And Greg Popovich cannot handle that because more than Kyrie, Kevin Durant lives on social media. And
Mm-hmm.
he wears his feelers on his sleeve. So if Popovich say anything hard or harsh to him, he gonna be crying like a little bitch. That is what Kevin Durant does.
But you
He
act
may be
like
the
Yeah, so I definitely
Kevin Durant,
agree with you. He
Kevin
cannot.
uh,
Sorry, he
go ahead.
cannot. He cannot. Popovich would not be able to handle um,
Kyrie.
Kyrie and Kevin Durant. However, I don't think he is washed up. I think he can adapt, but he would not be able to adapt to these guys are too big of a stars for
Mhm.
them, and they're already set in their ways for him to come in and try and mold them to be different.
That
And
is
that would be
correct.
the problem with the Nets itself. If Kevin and Kyrie were not on the Nets, and he's just going there to try and make a team better with maybe some other star, he would probably be able to bring that team around. Because I'm a big Pop fan. I'm not a Spurs fan, but Popovich, I give him mad respect, and Zoe knows this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, and even this year, last year he said, "Oh, this whole league is turning into 3-point shooters and da 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 da." This year, they're almost like in the top three in shooting threes. The Spurs, so
Mm-hmm.
he is adapting to what is happening, but in terms of the Nets specifically with Kyrie and Durant, I don't think you'll be able to handle those two guys. Their egos and their way of thought is way too much for him to handle.
So, how does Steve Nash do coaching Kevin Durant?
He ain't gonna do it.
Steve Young, sorry,
He-
not Steve Nash. Huh? Steve
Steve,
Nash.
Steve,
Yeah,
who?
Steve Kerr. What am I saying? Jesus.
Oh, Steve Kerr.
Yeah, Steve Kerr. My bad.
Yeah.
I was thinking football. Steve Young. Yeah, Steve Kerr.
Because
Okay.
they already had chemistry there, so it wasn't hard to just put a superstar in there and blend in. You saw
and
like
he
I
went
think there was
there.
a good blend
I get it.
because
He went
the
there.
rest fit in like a piece, like when you modify an engine. It brings you a couple of more horsepower up, and until somebody catches you, you're just that much stronger. But
Right.
for me, I
But
think it would be a bad career choice for Popovich to go to Brooklyn
it would
because
be.
not only is this team a little bit prima donnish with no reason to be, because guys like you said are coming with previous luggage of having success on other teams and winning. New York in itself is a very tough city to represent. And if Popovich has any failure, they're going to boo him out right away.
Yeah, he needs to stay
And
in San Antonio. I don't know why he would even move.
I
if
don't know
anything,
if
I
he's
would
gonna
see if
either.
But
Milwaukee doesn't win a championship. I think Popovich would be a great fit in Milwaukee.
but to go
And
back
that team would dominate for a while. That's
to
just
Steve Kerr and how he handled Durant,
Mm-hmm.
he actually didn't really handle Durant. If you know,
Yeah,
That's
Durant
different.
came in and he kind of took over
they
because
had it. They handled it.
he
Yeah,
had more
I
touches than Curry.
know. Mm-hmm.
He was the more ball dominant. So he didn't really have to, but he was lucky that
They
Curry and
modified
Klay
that game.
Thompson
Yeah,
was able to adapt to Kevin
Kevin
Durant.
Durant
But they
comes.
didn't have to really adapt to change Kevin Durant to fit in their system. It was just kind of easy meld in.
No, I get it, and the Nets will be like that too, right? Because
Mm,
I don't think
hold on,
so.
totally
just
different.
hold on. The two
Totally different.
superstars are Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, so they
Hmm.
will get the majority of the ball, right? They have a team right now that last year people were suspecting them to be like in the running for the championship. Now you put a coach like Pop into that mix, I can guarantee you, first off, the fact that he has 5 rings, there is no way that Kevin Durant and Kyrie don't respect him.
Listen, you or I or any one of us could go coach that team with Kyrie and Kevin Durant and 3 other guys and win. Stop this nonsense. Come on. You don't need a Popovich to go there. Let's be real, guys.
I know this. I get
KD
that.
and Kyrie Irving? Stop it. Come on.
That's what I'm saying, right?
So you wouldn't need Popovich there. Popovich would just twiddle his thumbs.
If he went there, there is no reason to think why he would.
But then the bad thing is Popovich is hard-headed. He would want to go in there and actually imprint on them, which would be a mistake.
Maybe.
If he just goes in and lay back and let them run ball, he'll be fine. But if he goes and try and implements his skills, his mindset, it'd be a problem.
I don't disagree with you, Anzo. I actually agree with you. He is a great coach. He has to make mention of being one of the greatest. I just think if he was coming to me for guidance, I would tell him, I don't think about Brooklyn. Maybe you want to wait it out and see what else comes up. Because I don't see it being a long stay, a good fit.
But just remember, he's coaching the All-Star, the American team, right? So he's the head coach of that team, which will have Kevin Durant, which will have Kyrie, and whoever else is going to be on that team. So
which would have players that don't need coaching.
Yeah, I get it. You're right.
But hold on. Do you remember the last time Kevin Durant? You think Kevin Durant forgets the last play he made before coming back, where he all wrinkled up and fell? He might not be the same Kevin Durant.
I get it. You're absolutely right.
You have to keep that in mind too.
But he might not be. But chances are, even if he's not, he's still going to be better than 90% of the players in the league. You know, he may not be explosive.
Even if he come back at 80%, he's better than.
Right, exactly.
It's easier to defend.
He'd have to adapt his game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
And even Kyrie's going to have to adapt his game. Right?
I don't know about Kyrie, but Kyrie's he's a little nutcase. But right. I'm sorry. Is the talk around the town? I think I missed this. The talk around the town is Pop. This is his last year at San An. Is that it?
Oh, I have no idea.
He's searching for somewhere else to go.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Searching. I think that it was just something that was kind of being kicked around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought I missed something.
I don't think Popovich. I think he's going to end his career in San Antonio.
He should, which I
call it a day.
Should. Yeah. Shouldn't move anywhere. Okay.
All right. Question number 3. The Brooklyn Nets, who currently have the 7th seed in the East, they just signed Jamal Crawford. Will Jamal Crawford make a difference for the Nets? I say it again. The Brooklyn Nets, who are currently at the 7th seed in the East, have just signed Jamal Crawford. Will Mr. Crawford make a difference for the Nets? I say yes. Jamal Crawford is very underrated. I think he won a 6-man a couple of times.
Correct. But
his skill set and handles are on point. I don't know what his age is, but I know he's what they call a journeyman in the NBA. He's been on several teams, but he is an asset. So I definitely think he would bring wisdom, know-how, a mental toughness that maybe they don't have. Kyrie, as bad as he is, when I say bad, I mean good. Sometimes he can kind of implode, self-implode. Sometimes, like when he's with the Celtics, I think the Celtics were better without him. I don't know if he has that leadership quality, but if he can learn to be a good leader, and sometimes being a good leader means you got to sacrifice some of your game if it's going to improve the other players. I don't know if Kyrie can do that. I don't know if Kevin Durant can do that. Because when you've been the man so long and the game is waning, who's going to get the ball? Because Kyrie is an excellent finisher, and so is Kevin Durant. So they got to figure that out, come to a happy medium. I don't know if one night you're going to get off, the next night I'm going to get off. I don't know what they got to do to figure it out, but if they don't figure that out, Jamal Crawford, it won't matter. But if they do figure it out, then while they're taking a break, Jamal Crawford can definitely run the offense, and he also can get buckets whenever they're taking a break. So I think he's definitely a asset.
Well, I think he's in there now. Well, first of all, Jamal Crawford is one of my best players, and I was upset that the Lakers actually didn't grab him up instead of J.R. Smith. I was really upset about
Yeah,
that.
why the fuck
Uh,
did they get J.R. Smith? Bro?
LeBron.
yeah,
LeBron still has.
LeBron was so mad with J.R. Smith.
Yeah, but he's
That
still
but
last
family.
he
championship.
knows he could kind of rely on him in certain instances, but that's
He
another
knows if
topic
they
for
don't
another
win, he's the scapegoat.
day. Yeah, exactly. You could use him. I like this guy. True.
Jamal
But
Crawford is 40, just so you guys
yeah,
know.
he's 40.
Yeah.
But I think they just picked him up because a couple of guys I think on the Nets opted out as well. So you don't have Kyrie, you don't have Durant, but you have a couple other guys I think that opted out, including I think Andre, their big man.
Yeah.
So they're just picking up bodies at this point. However, like you said, they're in the 7th seed. They still want to make a little push, and I think Jamal Crawford could help them make this a little push, but he's not going to bring them to the finals or anything like that. They're kind of locked in at the 7th seed because they only have Washington and I think Orlando chasing them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be a big deal. So in terms of Jamal Crawford helping the team, yes, he's going to help the team. Is he going to be a big, significant game changer? Not at all. I'm hoping he gives them a good 20 points a night and keep the defense honest. But other than that, he's just there as an extra body. A good body, though.
At
Really
40 years old, though, it's going to be hard for this guy to score 20 points a night. Especially,
he's in shape, though.
is it?
Not,
Yeah,
well, it's not if
he's
you
in
have the other two on the court because, if these guys aren't having their night, if I have to dish the ball off to somebody who would want to be a guy like Crawford because when he's hot, he's hot. As Danny said,
Mm-hmm.
he won 6 man a few times, and that's a guy coming off the bench. So, he doesn't have that much wear and tear on his body. I think maybe it's something to do with his character, why he's a journeyman. But other than that, if I had to choose Crawford, I would take him. And I
Well,
think he's going to.
he's a little streaky. I think that's why he's kind of a journeyman.
Yeah.
He can give you 30 one night and then 15 the next,
Which
In his
offensive
last
guy
few
is
games
it?
that
That
he
isn't
played,
a
he even had a
superstar.
50-pointer, I think, at one point. 50 points in
50
one of his
point game.
last few games. So he has the potential. It's just it's
His
not
name is
consistent.
known and recognized in the NBA. This is more or less what I meant. So,
Okay.
he's a threat now, and they're a bigger threat. He's not holding them back or just keeping them as a 7.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little better than a 7 now with Crawford on their team.
Yeah, but Kyrie and KD aren't going to be in the bubble. So what kind
So,
of difference is he going to
if
make?
we keep them in the conversation, it's a good fit.
Oh, yeah, if he stays there. But I don't know if he's going to be there after the season. It
No.
all depends on how he
I
plays.
highly
No.
doubt it.
Unless they see that he's a really good fit and maybe they're a piece or two away from, even being a threat for the finals. Yes.
Yeah, if he
But
shows
if
up.
you don't make these chances and take these chances, how will you ever know?
Yeah, you're right.
I think he's going to ball out just for like what you said to be picked up next year, even not by the Nets, but by another team.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to show up, and I'm happy for him. I'll say.
Because of his style of play, I think he's still a threat.
The Spurs tried to get him a couple times, to be honest with you. So they see something in his style of play. Like I said, if he yeah, you're shaking your head, bro. Yeah, that's
I
right.
don't care about those Spurs.
I know you don't care, but I do. Yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, he'll if he can play, I could see him getting picked up as a bench player on some championship team for sure.
Okay. Question 4. NBA break has provided LeBron the easiest path to the NBA Finals in his career. Do you agree? Has the NBA break provided LeBron James the easiest path to the NBA Finals in his career? Do you agree?
Yes.
I think whoever wins it does. You can say the same thing because they all got the same break.
Yeah, but the Lakers are the favorite. There ain't nobody beating them
You
this
don't
year.
have to. You don't have
you
to
have the
always be
Clippers
the
too.
favorite, bro.
Huh?
They have the
Nobody
Clippers
beat
too, and if they face Portland, Portland has a lot to prove. And remember, they're in the finals, the
hmm
Western
And I'm
Conference
here to tell you,
last year.
boy, the Greek Freak,
Yeah,
he was embarrassed last year.
are you
He
saying
was
they're the favorites
embarrassed.
in the West?
Huh?
Are
The
you
Lakers,
sorry, Dan.
the
Yeah.
Lakers are the favorite, then the Clippers, and then the Bucks, and then everyone else is like,
What?
yep,
That's
100%.
what you
Lakers.
that's your opinion or these are facts?
No, those are the facts. Those are the favorites. If you go online, the
Yeah,
favorites
those are even the
They may be
statistics
the
favorite.
favorites, but that don't mean that just because you're the favorite don't mean y'all is gonna win.
This
Yeah,
is
they're
it.
not. But look at their
Because
team, though.
everybody be betting on the Lakers though.
There's
All
nobody beating
James
them.
has to do is
Okay,
twist his ankle and then
They
something's up there, you know?
they picked
two of
up
their
Dion
start,
Waiters.
two
They
of their
picked
players is not
uh
gonna go in the bubble.
who?
Dwight
Dwight
Howard
Howard.
and
Ooh.
No,
what's the other guy?
Dwight
Oh,
said he's going.
Dwight said he's going.
Dwight said he's actually going.
Yep. Dwight changed his
Okay,
mind. Said he's going.
He's changed his mind. He says he's
What's
going.
the other guy?
They're not
I
missing
can't.
anybody really.
Yep, they're going in full strength. And this is my thing with the bubble, right? Lakers going full strength. Other teams are not. There's nobody beating the Lakers if you're not full strength.
But
It's not
that
happening.
was my point to it. It's not really the break that is actually the problem. Is the virus that is
Mm-hmm.
the problem because people are opting out because of the virus. If they took a
Absolutely.
break and the virus is like not there, people will come back to play.
Mm-hmm.
Because the virus is still around, people are a little afraid. And $1 billion bubble, I don't know what they're afraid of, but anyways, it's their choice. Um, but it gives everybody, I think, a chance. But obviously, these top tier teams are more favored to win the finals. But I'm not gonna scruff at Portland, who are hungry. Those guys are hungry. And people are sleeping even on the Mavericks too. I actually like the Mavericks as a Cinderella team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm not biased as to shouting out good teams out there. You know what I mean? So even the Mavericks could come in and make some noise as well. That's on the Western side.
Yeah, you're
Eastern,
absolutely
nobody
right.
cares about the Westerns. Eastern Conference, nobody really cares about over there.
I don't
But
know if we're allowed to
Toronto
make
has a chance
wagers.
to come back again, man.
I don't know if we're allowed to make wagers on Cosmic Chat, but you guys seem to be leaving out Milwaukee. And, you know, when you talk pound for pound, I think they're more likely to be the favorites going right into their bench. They are a very dangerous team. And as Danny said, they remember last year, and I think the Greek Freak, everyone questioning whether he's the MVP. I'm not a real fan of his, but by, you know, not being a fan, you have to find the proof otherwise. And looking at Milwaukee, wow, they are really,
Yeah,
really
but
deep.
the
and
problem
he
with
went back
Milwaukee.
this past summer. He went back and learned how to shoot. He didn't know how to
Yeah,
shoot
they
last
said if
year.
this guy hits threes,
He was, he
it's
was just
over.
dunking and stuff.
It's
Now he
over.
is shooting.
Yeah, but
It's
doing
over.
that in a game and doing it just shoot
Correct.
around is totally
He
different.
was doing it. Look at his stats. Compare
Andre,
his stats from last year.
let's be honest.
He
Who could hold the Greek Freak in the NBA?
Kawhi Leonard.
A
Stop
team
him?
could stop him. Yes,
Kawhi Leonard.
the Toronto
You know what?
Raptors did it, coming
That's
from 3-1 down. The Toronto
You
Raptors
said
did
it,
it as a
Toronto
team.
said it. You think
And
Milwaukee,
it's proven.
shame on them if they didn't see the tapes and readjust, add a piece or two to say, hey, you
And-
know it was right last year.
But
We're talking
And the
all about the
problem-
Lakers now. Let's quietly do what we got to do over
Say
here.
the problem
Shock
with
the world.
the problem
Shock
with
the
the problem with Milwaukee is Middleton. Middleton is a fabulous player. This guy could ball out of his mind, but he does not show up. So you could have Giannis all you want, but if he doesn't have his backup guy, it's not gonna work for him. He
And-
needs Middleton to show up. He needs him to-
and Giannis is gonna have to go up against AD and Dwight Howard. They're gonna put a toll on him. They may not stop him, but they're definitely
Hey.
gonna put a toll on him.
Hold on. Do you realize their ages?
Who? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If anything, I would be more concerned if the older guy had to deal with a younger guy, not so much the younger guy with the older guy.
But they're gonna put two bodies on him, right? So
Yeah,
you're
they
gonna
have
two
JaVale
big
McGee to
bottoms.
throw at him. too.
JaVale McGee to throw at him, right? Exactly.
Come on, you guys.
No, don't
Yo,
knock.
pick up-
No,
Soften him up. Give him a couple of fouls. Give him
You know what?
Piston mentality.
I see on the right side of the screen it's Laker love. I'm not here to argue. I said it's just everybody throwing their own out there. You guys take the championship to the Lakers, then pull your ass, as he said. Give it to them. But I don't think it's going to be that easy.
Bro.
You guys are giving them the championship before you give them the what?
I have to.
I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm not even on the same page as Zoe. I'm a Lakers fan. I don't have as much belief as he does,
and I can't stand them. This is why I did not want the NBA season to start. I said it many times. Do not start this damn season. Let the season end, and let us go on to off season for the next year. Do not.
I'm sorry. Kawhi is going to be the one to hurt you guys again.
Not my team.
I'm sorry, chat.
Wait,
Kawhi's going to hurt you guys again.
See, this is my problem now. I got Kawhi to deal with, and I got LeBron to deal with. Again,
first of all, you guys have to fight to get into that.
I know. Y'all ain't gonna be.
You guys are not even in there.
Spurs won't smell the championship for another decade.
You think Jerry didn't know that he signed a deal with the devil? I'll give you Kawhi for 1 year, and I guarantee you a championship in Toronto, which nobody wants to happen. And boom, because Anzo, I told you,
but
the Raptors were one piece away, and they got rid of DeRozan, and I threw the confetti up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But that was again.
Got rid of Lowry also.
Right, and that was the reason why.
That was good.
That wasn't the reason why Pop sent him over there.
I think DeRozan is better than Lowry. I ain't a fan.
For sure, but I would have sent both of them away.
Yeah, but DeRozan was not a good
piece. Were mentally soft. Both of them were mentally soft, and it's only because of Howard.
DeRozan got mental issues now in real life.
He do.
He suffered from depression.
Yeah. But on the court, man, you see the Spurs' problem is jump shots, right? They're not, especially Marcus.
That's his game. He's a 2-point monster. That is his game.
Yes, him I'm fine with, but he can also take it to the hole and slam it on someone's head, and he rarely does that. He takes 2 steps in, shot. Takes 2 steps in, shot. LaMarcus Aldridge, take 2 steps in, shot. I'm like, LaMarcus, take it to the hole.
I've never been a Aldridge fan, man. I always thought he was soft.
Back in the day, was dangerous.
I'm harder than Aldridge, and I'm older than him.
In Portland, I think, when he was.
Yeah, in Portland, he wasn't too bad, When he's going to come over, I was like, okay, we got Aldridge, he'll fit in.
Fit into the system.
Nah.
Yeah, he's a piece. You're missing a piece, that's what he is. You can't win a championship with him if he's your leader. No. But if you're missing a small forward or a third center, I wouldn't mind having Aldridge.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that. I wouldn't mind having DeRozan either. But those two can't.
But you're a role player.
Right, they can't be the focus.
The team is you're the team. You're the face of the team. Because if you're the face of the team, that face is not going to be seen very much.
Yeah, I agree. They can't be the stars. So yeah, I do think the Lakers are winning it this year, unfortunately.
We'll talk.
Yeah. I hope they don't, because I won't.
I'm waiting to see who's not 8th seed. Once I know it's not Portland, then I could take a sigh of relief. I'm really afraid of Damon Dollar, man.
I'm gonna have to hear this guy if they win. I'm gonna have to.
You won't hear me that loud. You won't hear me that loud.
Yes, I will.
No, not that
loud. My son will be. Oh my God, I will go crazy with this kid if they win.
All right, let's try next question. With the pandemic in its second wave and the NBA about to start, do you think it's too late for the NBA to turn back? Should they turn back, or should they? Well, we know what Anzo thinks, but do you think with the pandemic in the second wave and the NBA about to start, you think it's too late for the NBA?
Well, first off, it's not even a second wave. This is still the first wave that we're actually dealing with. It's just those I would say, morons, but those people in the U.S., they haven't handle the situation properly. You see everywhere else it's kind of dwindling. They're still actually dealing with the first wave, where let's say Spain is dealing with a second wave. That's more of a second wave, but they're still dealing with that first action, and their negligence is what's causing this whole thing in the U.S., especially in Florida and Texas and all these places where they think it's against their rights to wear a mask or stay socially distant, and so it's too late right now. It is too late for them to go back. They already have the teams down there. Teams are already in their hotels showing the crappy food that they're getting. And, it they already set up. They started practicing and training and stuff like that. I would think maybe in the next 2 weeks, if they get like a substantial amount of cases, then they may change their mind. But at this point, no, it's too late for them to turn back and say no.
And how in the hell are they getting crappy food with all the money the NBA got?
It's crazy, eh? Yeah, they showed a picture, man.
They
It looked
showed a
like
couple
some
of pictures.
microwave food. I'm like, what the hell?
I think that's just now, because apparently they're supposed to have chefs coming in and stuff like that. So I think just for the first week that they're just setting up, I think they're giving them some quote unquote crappy food.
Did you guys hear about like some of the rumors or some of the rules they have to follow? Whereas they can play the game of basketball, but once they're done, they have to social distance, so no ping pong, no getting together and stuff like that.
They actually have monitors on them that beep if you're 6 feet within somebody. So they
Really?
So the closer if you stay within 5 seconds of somebody, between more than 3 feet, sorry, then it beeps and it consistently beeps. So it reminds you to keep your distance from people. They have a bunch of technology going on there. Even to pay, they have bracelets that they wear to just swipe and pay, so they don't have to carry cash and exchange and stuff like that. So,
damn.
Yeah,
$1 billion
bubble, man. $1 billion. This is.
Well,
I don't know what people
they
were.
get a lot of activities and stuff for them to be doing. And those assholes gonna get to see the new movies.
Black Widow.
I'm so sorry.
You know,
But, I don't think it. I think if they can control it, and they don't have any cases of it, then I'm fine with seeing it. I mean, it beats watching all this other rerun stuff we're seeing.
How long are they?
I think whoever.
I think it's 3 months
for the yeah.
And no snatch.
But I think
you know what I mean. No snatch for 3 months. This is what they have to do.
It can be done, Anzo.
There's always the people serving the food.
I can, yeah, probably it's gonna.
They come knock on the door. Hey, just stay 1 second. Stay 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah, all the waiters and chefs have to be men, because if they got any fine woman coming and bringing up the food, hey, you know, I'm LeBron James. What's your name?
They have media over there too. But 3 months is not that long, man. These guys could do it. Some of these guys.
Some of them.
Yeah.
I know Embiid was talking trash, but
he was. What'd he say?
Well, he was mentioning that he could stay in and play video games all day, but he's not too sure about everybody else. So he's kind of alluding to the fact that they'll get restless and want to do some other stuff.
You see, he came to the bubble in a hazmat suit.
Yeah, he's a moron, guy. You think I even fit him?
I know. Go on, Danny.
We on what? Question 6 now? Let me check. See. Zion Williams' stepfather took a $400,000 payment from a marketing agent in October 2018. Williams' team disputes this claim. Do you believe this? And if you do you think it's fair that college players do not get paid? I'll say it again. Zion Williams' stepfather took a $400,000 payment from a marketing agent in October of 2018. Williams' team disputes this claim. Do you believe this? And if so, do you think it's fair that college players do not get paid? I can go first on this. And if they ain't got a damn receipt or a photo of me or proof, then they ass out.
They say you didn't take nothing, eh?
So,
The
Mr.
no-brainer.
Williams, if they ain't got a photo or proof, evidence beyond a shadow of a doubt, they are ass out. So, I hey,
From what I was
I don't know,
reading, I don't think they really do have any like concrete proof. So,
and I don't think it's fair. I think especially if you're a bona fide superstar. I ain't saying getting paid per se, but let's say for instance you LeBron James. Well, he didn't go to college. Say you Michael Jordan, or one of these top three or top two first round draft picks.
uh-huh.
They can give those guys X amount of jerseys they can sign and sell. Say, look, we're gonna give you 1,000 jerseys. Whatever you get for 1,000 jerseys, here you go. Sign and sell them. Because jerseys and football equipment, and basketball equipment, sneakers, that kind of stuff, that stuff big time now on social media, internet, eBay, and all that good stuff. So I would just okay, look, if you're Showtime, if you're a must see TV athlete, then okay, we're gonna give you 1,000 jerseys, 200 sneakers, whatever equipment you can sell on eBay. And I'll do it from a tier. The best player will get so many, and if you go in Group B, you get so many. Group C, whatever. So everybody get a little piece of the pie. I mean, I don't know if I put money in their hands, but I let them sell some of their equipment because it ain't fair to school selling their equipment and jerseys and getting paid for it. Nice. So I let them get a piece of that pie.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
the colleges make tons of money off of these guys in terms of television endorsements and
Mm-hmm.
television ads and all that stuff, plus the merchandising and everything else. So him or his dad getting a little bit of money on the side. This happens all the time with these top guys. It's just obviously they're trying to swindle swindle Zion.
Mm-hmm.
But this happens most of the times, and obviously Duke usually gets these top tier guys coming out of high school. Why is that? Not because of their educational program or whatever the case is. They sway them that way, right?
Yeah.
So him getting his money
Mm-hmm.
while he can, or his stepfather as it is, more power to him, man. Do it. Like you said, if they don't have any picture of him doing it or any signature or anything, it's fine. But apparently, there's another case where he did actually sign something, and I don't know the specific details. I just kind of heard it in passing. But that I think is going to get washed over. I think he signed before going into college, but then the college kind of negated it, something along those lines. But anyways, point is he should get his money. He should have gotten more than $400,000 if he could have, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't even think it puts a dent on Zion's fame, as it were, even if they do
Nope.
find him quote unquote guilty of doing this. No, I have no problem with it, and more power to him.
I'm just scared for Zion because he needs to leave. He needs to lose weight if he's going to be um, healthy and productive in the NBA. Because right now his 20-year-old frame and is
Yeah,
carrying all that.
they,
But
they
as he
showed
ages,
him in practice, and he looks like he trimmed down a little bit, not as much as he could have. But I think they're putting him in a good regiment, and I think it's that
yeah, he's in one of the worst markets to try to lose weight, boy.
true.
And
Very
Mr. Mendizo, what are you saying?
My opinion is, and it's been forever, that college players should get a salary, should get some money. And I don't think Nike walks into a locker room and hands these sponsorships to everybody. If you're a superstar or a potential superstar and they see value in you, why shouldn't you and your family reap what you should sow? This is, and I think it's only fair that those guys should get money. But if I had a son and we were struggling, and I knew, not to say that his dad or him are guilty, and I knew that he's this far away from actually seeing what he should rightfully see, why would you take a chance on jeopardizing that? Because secrets are only kept from the the person who actually commits the crime. And once you share it, then it's up to other people to hold that as a secret, where more times than not it doesn't. And then sure enough, it comes to the forefront, and now you're a defendant.
Yeah, you're right, because his trajectory was already there. He was already
Yeah, he was there. Everybody knew it.
necessary.
Everybody knew it. This
Yeah.
guy was the next.
It wasn't even necessary.
I find. Am I
Right.
correct in saying that this guy was the next since LeBron to come to the NBA with all the hype and whatnot?
True.
Yeah, he was must-see TV.
Now they're trying to scar him. Be it it's true or not, it's the talk. It's a topic on our show, and I'm sure it's a topic on many other shows, and it's up to people to either say, you know what, he rightfully deserves it, or no, he's a cheat, he's a liar, you know, kill his name, kill his career. It's sad.
I don't know what will happen if he's found guilty, but it's not going to affect his career one bit.
I hope it doesn't, but you know, we live in sensitive times now, and things that we would say are impossible yesterday are very much possible today.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So even with a choice of words, you could ruin your career. So if we're not walking on dental floss in life now, as I try and say, then give me another metaphor that relates to today, in all honesty.
Yeah. I agree.
Right. All right, that's going to end our NBA session. We are now transitioning over to the NFL.
Boom.
And our first question. Patrick Mahomes just signed the biggest contract in NFL history. 10 years and $400 million. Do you think he was overpaid or was it right on time?
Right on time.
And now we're going to add in our female sports fan, Miss Becky.
What's up, Becky?
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome to the show.
Can you hear us?
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. I'm still backstage.
Okay. No, you're on the show now.
No, yeah, you're in the show now.
Okay.
And there's a question again.
All right,
Will Pat
sounds
Mahomes? Okay, Pat Mahomes just signed the biggest contract in NFL history, 10 years, $400 million. Do you think he was overpaid or was it right on time? We're gonna let you go first, Miss Becky. What do you think?
A little both. He's
You think he was?
obviously the hottest player right now, and I do believe he's worth it. But 10 years, 400, basically more money than all of us will ever have in our life. So
You can see
I
that.
guess I
You
have
can
to wait
see
and
by.
see how.
You can see that by any NFL quarterback. They're gonna have more
Guess
money
I have
than
to
we
wait
all
and
have in our life.
Oh, actually, the guaranteed part is only about 160, and it was actually 503 million that he was signed to for a 10-year deal, and it's only about I think the 3 or 4 years that it's guaranteed, which gives him 60 million, which does not actually equate to a substantial amount per year. So it in totality, yes, it's a lot. But when you break it down into what he has to do and provide over the 10 years, it is actually pennies from what he's actually worth. He could have gotten a whole lot more.
I think that they're going to renegotiate this in the next 3 or 4 years, I would think. But I'm also thinking, especially if he goes to the Super Bowl, let's just say 2 more times in 4 years, they're going to renegotiate that. And also, that what this contract entails, what I'm being told, is a lot of bonuses too. If he gets Pro Bowl, if he gets MVP, if he gets Super Bowl, so many touchdowns.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So a lot of it is incentives.
And that's why it's not such a substantial and great deal in terms of what he could have gotten. He could have actually gotten a lot more. And to be locked in for 10 years, it's actually beneficial to the Chiefs, but not to him. But it looks good, but it's actually not that great of a deal.
You know, you make a valid point.
It sounds incredible.
Ryan in Atlanta is getting 30 mil. and Mahomes is getting what, $6 million more?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Does it make sense?
Per year, if you break it down per year, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you put these two in the same category? Hell no.
That's
So if you think, I don't think Mahomes got what he should have got,
no.
and
never.
I think he should have set the mark. It's not him, Lamar Jackson. If they continue doing what they're doing, they have to be the ones to set the mark. All the other guys are either falling, fading, or there's no one really up and coming on these guys' level.
Mm-hmm. And he would have benefited more if it was like a 7-year contract, right? $400 million, 7 years, that would have been more
You
beneficial.
could have done even a 5-year.
5-year, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It could have worked out better.
What does it say about his agent for letting him sign that?
Well, I think he's considering his team as a whole. So he wants to he's actually chasing almost getting rings. So for him, if he takes a little pay cut, they're going to bring in better guys for him to play with, a better team around him, which was supposed to equate to getting championships, right? So I think he's looking at that aspect, which sometimes you got to be selfish, man. And in this instance, he should have been selfish. And they would have still found a way to put the pieces around him. And it's not really up to him to do that. That he should have.
They have various pieces.
A lot of coaches asking for that hometown discount crap, though. That's what Tom Brady and Belichick, they created the blueprint for that.
Yeah. Brady over the years took some discounts to build a team, though. And it actually got him somewhere. But he had already substantially had his wealth before he did that. Now this guy, Mahomes, come in, he could have just blown everybody out the water and still had a team behind him. I don't think they would have they would have do him dirty and not have a team around him.
No, they would have definitely tried to keep the pieces in place. But I'm okay with him taking a pay cut, Tim Duncan did it. Tom Brady did it. If you want to win championships, that's what you do, man. No, it's dead serious.
Anytime you mention the Spurs, this guy this is funny.
All the time.
just mentioned Spurs.
I was going to say something.
And I will go ahead, say it. Say it.
I was going to say something. I thought
let the hate come in, bro. I've been taking it my whole life. Ever since I said I was a Spurs fan, I've heard it. So I don't run from it.
Go ahead, Becky. I can't say. Did she say something?
I don't know. She's chipping
Becky's a little delayed.
Football talk. Tim talk.
We didn't hear that. What did you say?
You get something along the lines of football talk. Why are we talking basketball?
Yeah, this is football talk, not Tim Duncan talk.
Hey, I'm just saying, man, this is what they did. I'm just saying, this is what they did.
Put him in his place.
Good mention.
I'm just saying, this is what they did. This is how you win championships, If
but what she's saying is, there's many other NFLers you could have made mention of besides putting in your Spurs.
I always put in my Spurs.
Yes, we know that. We know that.
Timmy always gets my mention, so anytime I can put it in, I'm gonna put him in.
The day I don't see you and I don't hear Spurs or see it on you, I don't know you.
Exactly.
Question 8. Is Deshaun Watson going to get that same kind of contract as Pat Mahomes, or is it just going to be a one and done? I say again, is Deshaun Watson, quarterback for the Texans, going to get that same kind of contract as Patrick Mahomes, or is this just going to be a one and done?
I say not as long as that guy is the general manager and the coach of that team. There's no way he's going to get what things getting in Kansas City. There's no way. Why would you trade the number one receiver?
He is the face of the Texans. He's all they got, pretty much. I don't know too much about Deshaun Watson, but I know he's basically the face of the Texans.
He's a great quarterback, but it's like his manager, the coach is sabotaging him.
Yeah,
taking all of his weapons away.
I'm concerned that Clowney left because him and J.J. Watts could have been really good if they could have clicked. But J.J. Watt suffers from a lot of health issues and injuries. So Deshaun definitely needs some help. He got that receiver. I can't think of his name.
He lost his number one weapon.
Yeah,
Got
God,
traded
but
to Arizona.
he stays hurt a lot too, though.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name, Andre? He's always a guy we're going after in our fantasy because he just gets so much points. Him and Deshaun were clicking all the time.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking it up.
With the dreadlock.
Hold on, I'm looking it up now.
Maybe Becky will know. Becky, you know.
Got traded to the Cardinals, and he's going to help that rookie quarter out.
Who's receiver for the Texans, Becky?
Kenny Stills.
No, he's their main guy now.
Yeah, there's Kenny Stills.
And oh my gosh, Andre Johnson? No,
Andre Johnson.
He got dreads. This guy got dreads. I can't think of his name.
I can't believe I can't remember his name, but I don't feel bad because nobody does.
Look in the chat. See if the chat can help us out.
I can't believe the day I heard that they let this guy go for a running back that they didn't even need.
Yeah, so I understand what you're saying. You don't trust their organization, basically.
Yeah, it's poison because the guy who's the head coach is also the general manager. So he's not going to fire himself for making a bad play on the field or making a bad business decision by letting this guy go. Like, are you crazy? This guy's basically your quarterback's bread and butter. It's like taking Julio Jones away from Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
You take Julio Jones away from Ryan, and Ryan doesn't have a guy to bail him out.
Right.
DeAndre Hopkins?
Thank you.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh. Are you kidding me? Did you see who they traded him for?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got rid of one of their best wide receivers.
Their best. He is their best. Stills is always injured.
Yeah.
Him and Fuller were the best two.
Yep. 100%.
That's right. Fuller. Yeah.
So if we go back to the question, basically, we all don't think that he's going to get the money then.
No, I don't think he's
He
going to get the money.
Set up the field almost as bad as Brady was set up the field his last year in New England.
I think he deserves the money, but he's not. I don't think he's going to get it.
He's not going to get bonuses.
Patrick Mahomes got that money because he won a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? That's
they always. If you're a quarterback, you win the Super Bowl, you always get overpaid. Case in point, what's the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens?
Flacco?
He won a Super Bowl. Fluco. I call him Fluco. Fluco got paid. He won Super Bowl. Fluco. That's what I call him. And now they done trade him with somebody now. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, but they won that Super Bowl because they had an amazing defense that year. You know, Flacco did what he did to keep them afloat on offense, but their defense was ranked number one in the NFL.
I will say in the playoff he plays.
He played pretty good.
In the regular season, shit, he stinks it up. Ray Lewis saved that team.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. 100%.
All right, let's get to the next question. Will Dak Prescott be franchise tagged this upcoming Tuesday, or will Jerry Jones give him a comparable contract as Mahomes? Will Dak Prescott be franchise tagged this upcoming Tuesday, or will Jerry Jones give him a comparable contract as Patrick Mahomes? I think his ass is going to be franchise tagged.
Me too.
He might as well get
100%.
And he's probably going to get 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, I haven't proved nothing. You know what I mean? Hasn't proved nothing. Dallas Cowboys has been what?
500 forever.
Right, and they're in the runnings. It's like, oh, Cowboys going to win the championship. Cowboys going to the Super Bowl, and then
all they got to win is 2 games. And then win the championship.
I don't hate the Cowboys. I hate the
Cowboys.
I do. Cowboy fan.
You guys leave my Cowboys alone, man.
Cowboy fan over here.
But yeah, They're
but I
stinking
hate them more than the Spurs. I hate them. As that team goes, I hate them more than life itself. If how this team goes,
That goes deep, boy.
yes, because this hatred goes deep. I'm talking to the 70s.
He's a Redskin fan. That's why. He's a Redskin fan. That's why. That's why you have the hate for the Cowboys.
You know what? No. Because I don't hate the Eagles. I don't hate the Giants. I don't know any team outside of their division. No, but sorry. It's just the polls. I don't know any team outside of their division that are more hated than the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe New England, but Dallas is super hated. And there's got to be a reason. I don't think it's
because they beat the Redskins in that Super Bowl.
But Andre, you see, you can pick on me all you want. Again, we do have our championships. It might have been a long time ago, but you're not admitting to what I'm saying.
Go on. I said you were right.
More than the Cowboys outside of their division.
I said you were right. That's not a problem. I'm just saying.
What does that have to do with the Redskins?
Because they beat teams. That's why. You know, it's most people hate them because they're winners.
They only beat teams that are under 500.
Now.
Some research.
That's no.
Well, how many more championships do they have than the Redskins? 2? So what? They can bash us for that?
But they had 3 in 4 years?
So what?
Whoa.
Wait, why don't we roll up the banner for New England? Is everybody going to jump on the New England bandwagon now because they won so many?
They have.
Before
New England won a championship, no one knew about New England. No one cared.
My point being is, New England could win 3 games in a row. You don't see New England jackets popping up all over the city, them honking their horns that they're winning the Super Bowl. And then they go 1-7 the rest of the season. You know what I mean? They go 1-7 the rest of the season and finish 8-8. And then it's next year. They go on a 2-game winning streak. And they're winning the Super Bowl again.
That's the same thing like the Habs fan, man. I'm going to switch it to hockey, but it's
that's
the same
why I got a Blackhawks hat on.
Canadians.
That's why I got a Blackhawks hat on.
You cannot tell a Canadian fan not to hold up their flag.
If I see a Canadian fan, I would not be on this show today. They were killing me. If I could bring up my Facebook post of my garbage bag full of Canadians memorabilia, I'm not going to let this team kill me because it's not the team, it's the franchise. The franchise is not going to change. So what? I'm going to go to work pissed off every Tuesday and every Friday and Saturday?
It's the diehardness and the same thing with the Cowboys. That's why I brought them up. Because diehard fans are Cowboys, so they always show up.
I'm a diehard fan of the Redskins through thick and thin.
Different breed.
So Schneider came along, and then I contemplated changing because this guy's poison.
Sorry, who came along?
Schneider.
Okay, yes.
The owner of the Redskins. Yes. When he came along, I'm feeling the same pain. The same pain. But thank God I don't have the Habs or I'd be dead today. So the Indians saved my life. The Indians saved my life.
You found a new outlet.
You know what I mean? Because back in the day, the Canadians held their own. They have all their banners. But now that they haven't won in a good
it's about
15, 20 years.
Years ago, yeah.
Yeah, now they can be stepped on and dragged through the mud.
Their fans are still there, though.
But that's only people who don't respect history. Now, if you bringing up the Canadians want to talk Canadians because hockey was my true love, unfortunately being born in Montreal full of snow, right? If you look back in the day, if one of these guys were to step on that logo at any time, whether it's practice, off season, or whatever, the team would literally stomp them.
Yeah.
They had so much respect for that logo, that franchise. Now, these guys are moonwalking on that logo. They're moonwalking back and forth. They don't care because they're selling out every game. They're selling horrible beer for $20 a cup.
Those diehard fans.
You wonder how families are there, how a guy who's making $18 an hour can go to a Canadians game and still pay the rent the rest of the year.
Right. And why I brought them up is because it's the same diehard fans, the Canadians, it's the same way they have for the Cowboys. They don't care if they lose or whatever. They're going to hold up that star and be the boys. Those are the boys, man.
And I don't blame them because every year I pick the Steelers to win the Super Bowl. Every year. Even when they're crap. I'm saying they're winning it this year. I'm a Steelers fan for life, so they're
I'm trying to figure out why is a Steeler fan defending the Cowboys?
Why?
Thank you very much. It's just football love. What are you talking about?
No, because I used to be a Cowboy fan.
Oh my God!
I used to be a Cowboy fan. You know that. I used to be a Cowboy fan. Michael Smith, Emmett.
I didn't want to bring that up. I thought that should be kept to our grave.
I was a Cowboy
You're
fan.
going to bring it up. It's not you.
Yeah, I was a Cowboy fan. That's why it's like 4 championships in 3 years. I loved Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Lonnie.
Oh, you're killing me.
Mr. Showtime.
You're killing me.
Showtime. Deion Sanders came in. You know what I mean?
I must admit, I like Deion Sanders. That's the only player.
They haven't been there since, but like I said, the diehard fans are the same like the Canadians. They just went down with the ship, you know.
So did you like the Redskins when Deion was playing for the Redskins, Lonzo?
Nope.
Why not? It's Deion Sanders.
Because I wasn't a Deion fan. I was hold on.
When
he came to my team, bro, I'm gonna like him if he comes to my team.
He never played for Pittsburgh?
No, he played for the Cowboys.
You're confusing me now. I'm sorry. You're all over.
I was a Cowboys fan before I was a Pittsburgh fan.
I understand. But did you not mention Deion in that little rant of why you were a Cowboys fan?
No, I didn't say that he was the reason why.
You were just mentioning.
No, it was on the team.
He played for the Redskins, so maybe you liked them for a year. I don't know.
No, I was a fan. I didn't like Deion Sanders before he came to the team. I hated him because the year before he played for San Francisco and they had that battle in the playoffs and I couldn't stand fucking Deion Sanders. Then he came over to the team and I was like, hey, welcome to the team.
And he's a skilled journeyman as well, right? He's been on several teams.
Right.
San Fran, Atlanta, Washington, Dallas.
I can't stand LeBron James, but if he comes to the Spurs, I'll embrace him as the greatest player of all time. He'll end up being greater than Michael Jordan in my eyes.
No, I'm still objective, but I embraced LeBron James now for what he's.
Oh, thank you, Daddy.
Just put the man off.
I told you about that Michael Jordan talk.
You can't diss the legend.
Shit, I got the Phantoms on there. Okay, well, I'll say it again. Michael Jordan sucks.
Oh, no, that was fast. That's almost like it's set for that.
You still in there timeout.
Yeah, you need a timeout for real, guy. You can't be saying crazy. That's blasphemy.
No.
Better don't step outside.
Again, I was a Pistons fan, so at the same time, I hated Michael Jordan, right?
You could hate him, but you have to admire the guy's body of work.
At the time, no.
Listen to your friend. You're speaking so much gospel.
Nope.
Oh. Question 10. This is a good question. I love this one. In a recent ESPN football poll of the upcoming QBs in the 2020 NFL season, Pat Mahomes was ranked number 1, and Carson Wentz was ranked 8th, followed by Dak Prescott, who was ranked 9th. Do you think that ranking is correct? I will read it once more. In a recent ESPN football poll of the upcoming QBs in the 2020 NFL season, Pat Mahomes was ranked number 1, and Carson Wentz was ranked 8th, followed by Dak Prescott, who was ranked 9th. Do you think that ranking is correct? And in case you don't know who the top 10 is, I wrote that down because I was curious. Top 10 is Mahomes. Number 2 is Russell Wilson. Number 3 is Aaron Rodgers. Number 4 is Deshaun Watson. Number 5 is Drew Brees. Number 6 is Lamar Jackson. Number 7 is Tom Brady. Number 8 is Carson Wentz. Number 9 is Dak Prescott. And number 10 is Matthew Stafford.
Wow.
According to that.
Drew Brees, number 5?
Right? That's what I said, too. Nah, he's a little too high.
I think Drew Brees took a hit because of that craziness he said. I'm not saying it's fair. And I'm not saying one has anything to do with the other one, but we live in a world now of perception. And I think that's why he took a hit. Because I definitely think Drew Brees is better than Deshaun Watson. I'm not going to say Aaron Watson. I'm not going to say Aaron Rodgers because I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. and I think Russell Wilson is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL now.
I'll agree with you there
He
too.
works with very little.
But number 2, Russell.
Only
Yes.
because he's been consistent
Russell
for so
is.
long.
If Russell had help, oh my God.
Yeah, he's been playing well.
You see his number one receiver is probably not even in the top 20.
Yeah, he's been winning the games himself. Say again, Becky. Say it again.
He's been playing with a shitty team.
I agree.
All defenses teams. All defense.
Russellson hasn't been playing with a very good team.
In a few years.
When they broke up the Legion of Boom, got rid of Beast Mode. That was the beginning of the, when they lost that second Super Bowl. That was the beginning of the end for Seattle. And I don't know if Pete Carroll can get back that magic he once had 4 or 5 years ago. I just don't.
That was his demise right there.
Yep.
Yeah,
But Richard Sherman never got over that.
Should have never made that pass on the 1 yard line. You don't make that play. When you have Beast Mode, you don't make that play, man. That was ridiculous. It was really bad, you know.
It was almost set up.
Yeah, possibly.
It was set up, theatrical.
Yeah,
you know?
possibly. Because why do you? I get it. You want to try and trick the defense by picking a passing play, but man, you're on the 1 yard line and you have Beast Mode. That's like you having the bus and decide not to give it to him. You know what I mean? Like when you have a running back like that can get you 1 or 2 yards easy
in the red zone
and push the pocket. He can
a running back, a power back, not a running back, a power back.
Right.
Who else are you going to use in that? I mean, you even set it up on your line as a run, and you go and pass.
Yeah. That was a huge mistake. Huge mistake.
So do you guys agree with the ranking though?
No.
Where would you guys make the changes?
First of all, for me, Dak wouldn't be on my top 10.
No.
Because anybody, I'm sorry. Your team, let me finish before you jump on me, Diesel.
No. I agree with you, actually.
Sorry, it's just reflex. You know, when it's a Cowboy fan, it's reflex. Sorry.
No, I'm objective. Trust me.
The only reason why I say Dak is because I think Jerry has done everything in his power for the Dallas Cowboys to win a Super Bowl, and for them to finish 500 or a little better has to fall on the quarterback, because you have the top 3 running back in the league, if not the best, argumentably, Ezekiel. You have Jerry has gone out of his way maybe 2 or 3 times mid-season to pick up a receiver, and then you get Cooper, who's a stud. Have a defense with linebackers that any team would die for.
And the best offensive line in football.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I wanted to save that for last, but thank you, Uncle. But with all that being said, you finish 500. It's either your coach, who we knew, the guy who smiles over there, who you probably have to go back 5 seasons to see his lip move while the camera's on him. Who else could you blame? It's got to be the quarterback.
I totally agree with you, actually.
So
I can't deny that.
Dak might be good, but he's not top 10. No. I would agree more Stafford being there than Dak. Because Stafford's been on a 500 team, and he's kept that team 500 forever. If you take Stafford away, oh my God.
Where was Lamar Jackson on that list, Danny?
I think he was 6 or 7.
Number 6.
But he had something to prove, though, right? He still had something to prove.
I would have put him over Aaron Rodgers, though.
Over who?
Aaron Rodgers.
And Diesel said earlier that Ezekiel Elliott was the number 1 running back, arguably. According to another poll, he was not. He's number 3. There's 2 ahead of him.
Yeah, and I would say West Virginia, New York might be in front of him.
You should be doing something with a top 3 running back.
Absolutely.
That's the point, you know. No matter where you fall.
McCaffrey is number 1 and Barkley is number 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, McCaffrey had a season.
Yeah, he's all purpose.
Last year, bro.
Yeah, it went kind of unnoticed too.
Yeah.
Purpose.
When you're in the fantasy league and you see this
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
kicking
You wonder how you can get his name, right?
God.
Uh,
Because he's almost in every play.
You
Yeah,
gotta see where that link to Anzo.
I will. Don't worry.
Hey, I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm gonna have to dip out right about now.
No problem, man. Thanks for coming on.
All right, bro.
Thanks, I appreciate you guys having me, man. It
Right.
was blessed. It was
Right.
an amazing experience, and thank you guys a lot. Kind of look forward to the next time, man.
Yeah, we'll have you on again for sure, brother.
All right, man. Peace out, dudes.
Peace.
Later, man.
Later.
Later.
Ciao.
All right, we got 2 more questions. Question 11. Randy Moss said,
Oh, can I ask a question? Dan?
Yes, ma'am. Go right ahead.
Where in the top 10 for the quarterbacks, where did Jimmy Garoppolo rank?
Didn't even make it. I stopped at 10.
Wow. Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
put
that's
him
messed up.
You
I
think
put
he should be in the top 10?
over Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Prescott, absolutely.
The only one I'm not satisfied with is Dak Prescott. He shouldn't be in the top 10.
I
And
would.
I think
what's
Yeah.
his name? In Philly shouldn't be there either.
Who?
From Philly, the Eagles.
Yeah,
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. I don't think this guy's injured every season. If you're basing it on the games he played, then yes.
You gotta remember, if he wasn't injured that last 2 games, he would have been the MVP.
True,
Hands
but
down.
that's what I was just about to say, Dan. If you look at the games he played, then yes. But, for an all-purpose durability quarterback, I wouldn't take him because you won't finish the season.
But didn't
Yeah,
Nick
I
Foles
don't
come in
think-
and play
I
good
don't-
football when he
I
came?
don't think
when he-
durability can do with skill
Why
set.
isn't Cousins on that top 10? I think Cousins is better than Dak Prescott,
Hell no.
and I don't even like Kirk Cousins.
Phantom Zone, Danny.
I said I don't like him.
No.
I
You gotta
think
call it a spade, right? Ryan wasn't in the top 10.
no, Ryan and Lamar Jackson should be above Aaron Rodgers, guaranteed.
No.
Oh, he will be. You can't. You can't.
Absolutely.
Anzo, you remember?
So where was Tom Brady on that list?
Number
He was down
7.
there too.
Number
Number
7
7.
should be over Aaron Rodgers too.
No.
I mean, no.
Not
Absolutely. Huh?
now. Skill sets now, not what he's done in the
I
past.
know. What did
Skill
Aaron
sets
Rodgers
right
do
now.
last year?
He
Yeah, playoffs.
got Green Bay to the playoffs. Anzo, there's nobody on Green Bay. Nobody.
Uh-huh.
They
They
got a
got
running
no
back.
defense, no offense.
They got a running
That
back.
running back came out of nowhere.
What's running
And
back name? Aaron.
the running
running
back.
back. Yeah, their running back's pretty decent.
He is. He had a good year, but that was his breakout year.
Right, but we're talking about Aaron Rodgers though. We ain't talking about the
Yeah,
running
but you gotta realize too, Anzo. He going through. He got a new running back. You got a brand new coach. Got to learn a brand new system. His defense stepped up, but I think they were like a top 7 or 8 defense, if I'm not mistaken, at one point in the season.
They started off like that.
But again, we're talking about the player, not the defense, not the team. Right?
Well, I'm saying
And-
that's why
and-
he wasn't as good as he can be. You put Aaron Rodgers on a top 10 offensive line.
You can say the same thing for Brady. Brady had nobody last year.
Brady got the top 5 defense last year.
We're not talking about the defense. We're talking about the offense. He had nobody to pass to last year.
And what did he do last year? Nothing.
Huh? He did enough.
No, he didn't do anything last year. He probably had his worst year last year.
Maybe, but they made playoffs, right?
Lost to Miami.
I'm going to go back to my old question.
They lost to Miami.
How in the hell is this Pittsburgh man defending all these other teams besides Pittsburgh? I don't understand that.
Okay,
I
and
don't understand.
and that's another thing too. He was injured last year, but Big Ben should have been on that list for sure.
Hell,
If not, if we're talking about last year, of course. But
Big
if we're
Ben
talking
is
in general,
interception machine.
Big Ben's a way better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. I tell you that.
You crazy as hell.
What?
Absolutely. 3 Super Bowls.
Danny.
You know what? Let me tell you something. You give Aaron Rodgers, Antonio
Go
Brown. Watch how many Super Bowls Rodgers has. Give Rodgers Antonio Brown.
Danny,
Yeah.
you know he's crazy. He was a Dallas fan. Now he's a Steelers fan.
I was a Dallas fan. The reason why I became a Steelers fan is because the Steelers were my dad's team, and when he passed away, I took over his team.
And
So
that's why I never bothered about it.
that's why I'm a Steelers
I'll
fan.
give you that pass, but there ain't no way Big Ben is. If you had to start your franchise right now, you got first pick,
and I have Aaron Rodgers or
Big Ben and Aaron Rodgers.
I'm taking Big Ben.
Crazy as hell.
How many championships Aaron Rodgers have?
I don't care if he ain't got none. He a better quarterback.
How many championships does he have?
Okay, last time I checked,
why is Marino even mentioned half the time? This guy never won nothing.
I don't put Marino in the top.
A good quarterback is a good quarterback.
But I don't put Marino in the top. Marino is not in my top 5 quarterbacks.
No, not top 5.
Big Ben got?
What?
How many MVPs Big Ben got?
How many? How many championships does he have? That's what matters. How many?
Okay, like I said, this is a team sport, an individual sport.
So why are you talking about MVPs then?
Because that's an individual honor.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So how many does Big Ben have compared to Aaron Rodgers?
Doesn't matter how many he has. He has 3 rings. That's enough. That's enough. That puts him right over Aaron Rodgers. Trust me, because when Aaron Rodgers comes down to it, he can't take you. He can take you to the big show once, and he had a good team for the most of his career since he was.
He's had an average team.
No, he's had a good team.
Average. Green Bay was always an overachieving team.
He's had a good team. The year he went to the Super Bowl, he had a good team for at least 5 years before he went to the Super Years. I'm telling you, bro. Aaron Rodgers. They were always in the playoffs. They were always in the mix.
Defense was always questionable.
Steelers defense have been questionable many. Defense have been questionable many times as well.
Not during his wins.
Steelers ain't had a good defense since Palomaro.
Yeah, Palomaro
left. Right. Exactly. Right. Exactly. And they lost.
Yeah, but y'all had the ultimate offense, man. Y'all should have had 2 or 3 Super Bowls in the past 5-6 years. Y'all had
2 or 3.
It was because of Big Ben.
No.
You had the best running back in Le'Veon Bell.
Right.
You had the best receiver Antonio Brown, and by your words, you had the best one of the best quarterbacks.
And we had the worst defense at those times. Our defense sucked, bro. We went to the playoffs against fucking Tom Thibodeau.
You can't use the argument now, and then we use the same argument against Aaron Rodgers, and you say it don't fly. So you can't use the argument now.
I'm not using the same argument, but I'm just going with you. I'm saying, listen, you're talking about they should have had it. The reason why they didn't have it is because of their defense. It had nothing to do with Ben. This is my point. So Ben is a better quarterback.
When I said it, you said that didn't matter because he's Aaron Rodgers. So if you had the best offense, which you did have for several years, you get the best receiver, best quarterback, best running back, y'all should have gone to the Super Bowl.
They did. Tomlin won the championship with that team. And then Antonio Brown started doing his shit. That's why but it's because Antonio Brown started his shit. They would have won multiples if Antonio Brown didn't do his shit. They would have won titles if they kept Bell, but they didn't. That was their mistake. But they definitely would have won championships. Are you crazy? We lost a playoff game to Tim Tebow.
Okay.
Not because of our offense, because Tim Tebow. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, he like to beat up women, right?
I guess that's his point. Yeah.
And the quarterback like to beat up women.
Huh?
Right? The quarterback like to beat up women.
What does that have to do with his play on the court?
Your coach can't control his players. Go ahead.
What does that have to do?
I like beating up quarterbacks.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I was a nose tackle.
Okay.
I was a nose tackle and linebacker.
Oh my Lord. Where you from again? Oh,
Cleveland.
Okay. I'm scared of you. I played football, but that was high school many moons ago. But go ahead, Anzo, what you thought?
I'm just saying. I lost my train of thought, but he's better than Aaron Rodgers. I don't care what you say.
See?
Yeah, he has 2 championships. Doesn't matter. He led the league in receiving yards for like 2 years in a row. Passing yards for like 2 years in a row. So he's definitely has the skill a lot better. He's better than Aaron Rodgers. I don't care what you say.
He's in the top 5 in interceptions multiple times.
So what?
Aaron Rodgers said,
That don't matter. That don't matter. They're in the playoffs every year.
That's the main things of a quarterback.
He was in the championship. He was in the runnings many years. So his interceptions were interceptions that really didn't hurt the team. Sometimes the interceptions weren't even his fault. So, I mean, like you could say interceptions, but a tip pass at the line of scrimmage or in the air, defensive player catches it. It's not his fault.
Correctly, he threw 5 interceptions in one game season before last. If my memory serves me correct.
It's possible, but who did he have though? Like Antonio Brown was gone. He didn't have wide receivers. Juju Smith is unreliable. I don't trust him yet.
He did that when Antonio Brown was there.
Well, maybe he was, maybe he did, but still, check and see how many touchdowns he scored that year.
What I'm saying is that
was he not in the top 3 at least?
Is that what 3 and 1?
Was he not in the top 3 of quarterbacks that year? Touchdown passes that year? Because he's always in the top. He's always in the top. You can check it out. I can guarantee you he's at least in the top 5 for touchdowns.
We're going from 3 to 5 now. No, what is it? 3 or 5?
I said 3. I'll give the 5. 3 to 5. 3 to 5, but I can guarantee you he was in the top 5. Because I've had Big Ben for like 3 years, and even longer than that, in my fantasy league, and there were times where I had to put him in over Tom Brady. Yes, you do. It happens. It happens, Becky. Yes, it happens. Tom Brady is not the only quarterback to throw 5 interceptions in a game. Still looking, Donnie?
Yeah. Okay. In 2018, Patrick Mahomes threw 50 touchdowns. In 2017, Russell Wilson threw 34. In 2016, Aaron Rodgers threw 40. In 2015, Brady threw 36.
Yeah, but you're only saying 1. I said he was in the top 5. Now I'm gonna go and look and see how many quarterbacks.
It's not a good sign, huh?
I still don't think Roethlisberger deserves to be in the top 10 for the beginning of the year.
No. I thought
that's why I said this year maybe not, but if we're talking overall, he's definitely in the top 10.
Wait, hold on. You're talking NFL history. Roethlisberger is top 10?
Yeah, okay. I got it right here, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Last year it was Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, James Winston, Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott.
But
2018, it was Patrick Mahomes, Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan.
Where's Ben?
Top 5.
Where's Ben?
Number 7.
Okay, 7.
Top 5 10. Again. 2017, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Ben Roethlisberger, Carson Wentz, Jared Goff. That's
so he's top 5 and 17, right? Okay.
Yeah. Let's go back 2016. Nope, didn't make it. Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers.
Where's he at in that one? 7 again?
6.
6? Okay. Close.
2015. Oops, didn't make it again either. Damn. He ain't in the top. He was number 16.
In which one?
Ooh.
Yeah, but that could have been an injury season, though.
All right.
Why? If he was injured, he wasn't playing.
No, he would have played. He would have played half the season. Check how many games he played.
Didn't make it 2014 either. Damn.
How many games did he play though? Like
I don't
That
give
was
a
probably when he was in jail for beating that woman or the motorcycle accident.
Big's been injured. He's missed 4 games, right? So
Yeah. 2013 didn't make it.
how many games did he play though?
I don't care.
Well, you have to if he's been injured.
One of the best
He's been injured. If he's injured, then you have to put that into consideration. You're not going to be a top 5 quarterback if you're not playing the whole season.
Okay, 2012. Damn, he didn't make it.
Only one season he's made it, huh?
One season. Alonzo.
Whatever, man.
That's hurt.
Whatever, man. Like I said, I'll have to go back and see how many games he played in those years to find out because he's been injured a lot.
That sounds like the true words of a defense attorney.
I don't give a damn. There's always an excuse, bro. There's always an excuse.
Oh, we get our final question. Jacoby Brissett says Belichick did some shady stuff when the QB was traded to the Colts. Do you believe that Belichick is shady?
100%.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Spygate, Deflategate.
Too much. And the fact that he doesn't talk at any time. How come you can get away? Why doesn't every coach do what Belichick does? Then why there would be no interviews after the game with coaches?
To me, Belichick is a direct reflection of Popovich, cut from the same cloth.
Popovich ain't no cheater, though.
I love it.
Popovich ain't no cheater, though.
We know of.
Popovich ain't never cheated. So you can't say that. Huh?
How do you know that?
What do you mean, how do I know that? Because I've been following the Spurs for 20 years. What they cheat at? What can they really cheat at in basketball? Huh? What can they cheat at in basketball? Popovich has way too much respect for the game of basketball to ever cheat.
You let me tell Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, hey, let some air out the ball. They'll be able to handle it better if you let some air out the ball. How do you know that?
Huh?
Let some air out the ball.
Because he has too much respect for the game of basketball. He says it all the time.
Well, Belichick said it too.
Huh? No. I've never heard Belichick say that. Never. But Pop has way too much respect for the game of basketball.
I don't care what y'all think.
Popovich don't want his players pounding their chest and doing all kinds of stuff like that. You think he's going to accept any kind of cheating? Hell no. Not going to happen. Yeah. Not going to happen, bro.
I think Belichick.
I met Belichick when I was a kid.
You met him when you was a kid, eh? He's a cheater.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cheater. What are you saying, Roberto? Mendezo?
I said that.
He wasn't a cheater back then.
No, but I'm pretty sure he did. We just don't know about it. He got caught recently, but we don't know what he's done. You know, if you get caught cheating, then chances are you have done it many times.
I was saying that Belichick never really allowed stuff and, kept his players low-key, no celebrating. He did the same things as Popovich, if you look at it that way.
Yeah, but that's cheat. That's not.
You're right. Like, they've never been caught for cheating, and until they are, you can't say otherwise, right?
Yeah, but if you listen to Pop talk, you can tell right away that he has way too much respect for the game to do that. You can tell. You know what I mean? Popovich is not going to let his players jump around and cheer and jump around. He don't like that shit. And he's always got players that were over themselves, right? Those are the type of players he gets.
That's what that conversation gets. Hilarious.
Danny, you're on my channel on Tuesday, right? You know that, right?
Oh my God. Talking that Popovich junk.
Hey man, you brought it up, so I'm just defending my boy. That's it. And look, goes far as like he's been a Spur fan for 30 years. I bet you he can verify exactly what I'm saying.
Ghost Fire go in the same Phantom Zone you do.
Don't hate. 5.
Well, I definitely think Belichick. He is shady. Well, I can't say per se, but some of the stuff that's been reported seems to lean that way. I hope he's not. I am very, very interested in seeing whether he was the driving force or was Tom Brady the driving force. And I hope this. That's why I really want to see this season to see if Tom Brady is able to take Tampa Bay, another team, to the Super Bowl, or will Belichick take Cam and they go to the Super Bowl. That's going to be very. That's the race I'm really looking at.
Well, I agree with you 100%. It's gonna be who was the reason for the Super Bowls when this season starts up. Is it Tom Brady? Is it Belichick? That's definitely gonna be a fact. But at the same time, Belichick is known as a cheater. So how are we really supposed to judge that? You know what I mean? Maybe he does some cheating shit this year.
Has some of those same issues, then we know who it is. I find it very hard to believe that if somebody lets out airing the ball, that you don't know a difference. You don't know what's going on. Tom
Um,
Brady's
Tom
he
Brady
couldn't
knew.
tell.
Tom Brady
Okay,
knew. You can't tell me Tom Brady didn't know.
well,
I
he
know that.
shares some of the responsibility in that. Now, other
Of course he
stuff,
does.
the Spygate, I don't know about that because that could have been a coach's call. When you when you on the field playing, it's kind of hard to be reading other people's signals, I guess. But I kind of blame the other team too, because shit, to cover up or look, if you're gonna tell your signals in a plain view, well, let me change that because the guy did go to their practice and watch that.
Right.
But you
Right.
gotta, but you gotta look, you gotta scan the area. Hey, Becky, she ain't supposed to be here. She works for Cleveland. Why the hell is she here? Or that's what I would say. But
But it's normal that they have um like reporters and
scouts,
cameras from other teams, right? So that's why it wasn't really noticed. But when you see the cameraman actually taking pictures of your plays and what you're doing on the field, because they're supposed to be taking pictures of like things that are not related to football or whatever. But this guy was actually, um, this guy was actually recording the things that they were doing, their signal calling and all that crap.
Oh,
that is an excellent point. Be you don't throw 5 interceptions in a game. Damn.
And hey, if you have no one to throw to, yes, you do.
you go to the running
It
You
back.
don't
happens.
throw it to the
You
other
don't
team.
It
You're a
happens.
know
top
It
that.
quarterback.
happens.
You're a
It
top quarterback.
I don't give a shit. It
That,
happens. You guys are talking
that's
about
why
one
that's why
game.
you have running backs.
You guys
Or
are talking about
fullbacks.
one game like he's done it constantly. He's threw 5 interceptions one game. Ooh. How
It
many
only takes
game-winning
one.
touchdowns
It
has he
only
have?
takes one. Because if 10 quarterbacks are sitting at a bar and they ask how many quarterbacks have threw 5 in a game, only his hand is going up.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But then when he says how
uh,
many championships do you guys have, his hand's going up twice. So it
okay.
doesn't matter.
So his hand goes up twice in 2 conversations.
Doesn't matter. Still hand goes up, and there's
So 500.
half of the quarterbacks in the league don't have championships. So
See, my only argument with you is Ben is good in fantasy, just like Romo was, and I wouldn't put Romo in any talk. Uh,
you can't
Philip
call
Rivers
him
is,
top
no,
because
I'm just giving you examples of quarterbacks who've done extremely well in fantasy, but in reality, they're not very good.
but he
Rivers,
has 2 championships.
amazing
You
in
can't say he's
fantasy,
not though.
but he has no championships, right?
Right? None. But I have to. Ben has 2, so you can't really say that.
But Ben has 2, not because of him, because of the team he was on.
No, it had a lot to do with him. Go back and
I
look at
don't
the
think so.
championships he won.
If it had a
Well,
lot to
yeah,
do with him,
absolutely.
he
Okay,
would
so
have an MVP
so
amongst
so
those 2 wins. Does he
so
have
you're
an
telling me.
MVP?
So you're
Hold on.
telling me.
Does he
Huh?
have an MVP amongst those 2 wins?
No, but
So
but,
that's
but
the
hold on.
reason they won.
But
It was
hold
a
on. No, no,
defensive
no, no,
player
no, no.
1 year. A
Yes.
defensive player 1 year.
All right, you
Hey,
got to score points. You can't just win, right? You got to score points.
okay.
That
But
pass
more
to
times than not,
Antonio, that pass
Let
in the end zone to oh my god, shit, what's his name? Anyways, the pass to the end zone, that was a pass that Ben Roethlisberger put perfectly for him to catch that ball. So you understand, you can't say
about
he's not
Jesse
a
James.
I'm
no.
not saying he's not a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, I said he's
All
good.
right.
Um,
I want to know, where does he fit top 10? Is it that season? Is it overall? Because for me, either way, if you're going to say top 10 in the season, you have to go back to 2015. And
I'm
if
going
we're
to
top overall, he's not even top 25.
I'm going top 10 overall.
I got the stats right here.
No way.
I got the stats right here for interceptions.
Uh-huh.
Interceptions in 2018. Guess who was number 2?
Who was number 2?
Ben Roethlisberger with
Uh-huh.
16 interceptions. Woo.
Uh-huh.
And how many games did he play? 4?
Yeah, how many games did he play?
Probably played 4 or 5 games.
Woo. In 2017, guess what Ben Roethlisberger's was? Number 4 with 15 interceptions.
How many touchdowns though?
I don't give a shit about no touchdowns. I'm
Who was
telling you the facts right now.
who was number 3? Who was number 2?
What, interceptions
Mm-hmm.
that year? Let me go back.
Had to be Cam Newton.
Okay, I'm going back 2016. Guess who's in the top 5?
Who was number 1? Who was number 2?
One was Phillip Rivers, Brock Osweiler, James Winston, Ryan Kirkpatrick, and your boy Ben Roethlisberger. Top 5.
Don't matter. But you're just comparing the touchdowns. You go back to how
No,
the
I ain't. I'm
interceptions.
doing
Go back,
interceptions.
interceptions, but go back to the touchdowns as
We
well.
just did touchdowns a few minutes ago, and he was in the top 5 one season.
Right. Okay.
Oh, this is hilarious. This is hilarious.
Uh-huh.
Stop with your blurness.
Let's go 2015.
Uh-huh.
Dog, number 4. Damn, Ben. What the hell? He seemed to be stuck on 15 and 16 interceptions every year. Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay, that's Santonio Holmes. Thank you. That's about his average.
2014. Where was he at? Oh, I can't believe it. He wasn't even. He's number 21. Can't believe it. How many did he throw though? Damn, he threw 11. He was only down 5 off his mark.
Doesn't matter. He's still. That's what I'm saying. Like one game could put you in the top 10. Like one interception can change the whole thing. So like you're like, oh, interceptions. He could have 14, and 14 could have put him down to like number 20, and then he has 15, and 15 could have brought him right up to number 3. So it all depends.
Your quarterback is notorious interception thrower. I ain't
Doesn't
making
matter.
these stats up.
It does not
Right.
matter. He
Yes,
has
it
2
does.
championships. Aaron Rodgers has 1.
Okay, it don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
If you look at the two, compare the two and their skill sets, you're supposed to throw the ball and make receptions.
And
not
you're supposed to win
interceptions.
championships. And
Okay, he only won 50. He won one more ring than Aaron Rodgers.
hey, that's one more ring.
Whoop de damn dude.
That's one more ring. That's one more ring. Regardless of what you want to say, that's still one more ring.
You know I got you on these stats, right?
I don't give a shit. He's still top 10. He's still better than Aaron Rodgers. I don't care what you say with your stats. I don't give a damn.
Oh my god, that was funny.
I don't give a damn.
I'm glad it comes down to numbers because, numbers talk.
Hey, I love numbers.
I think, who's the greatest quarterback based on Super Bowl percentages, then, you make mention of Ben. But everything else, I think he just falls off.
That's fine. That's fine. I know he led the league in yards. That's for sure. So I don't give a damn. I know he's had definitely.
But it's all about consistency. And as I said the first time I was on this wonderful show, that there was a time where I thought that Aaron Rodgers was overrated, and Danny almost, flushed me, but he gave me a chance because it was my first time and I didn't know. But to doing my research, I had to give the utmost respect and take my hat off to Aaron Rodgers because I was looking at his last 2 seasons rather than his whole career. Career-wise, he deserves his positioning. Season-wise, he's a roller coaster, up and down, because of the talent he had to play with. He had very limited talent, very limited defense to back up his offense, but who can bring you to your feet like Aaron Rodgers? When all else fails, he throws a 60-yard Hail Mary. Who's done that besides maybe Robert Cunningham?
So, Danny, you said in 2008, Big Ben had how many interceptions? 2018?
Oh man, I didn't think off that now.
Because he led the league in yards that year, right? In 2014, another year where you talked about interceptions, he led the league in yards that year as well.
Yeah, but so does Phillip Rivers. I told you that example. Phillip Rivers probably is up there top 3 in yards every year.
Right, but Phillip Rivers also has no championship.
Top 20.
Phillip Rivers
but
also
that
has no rings.
doesn't hold water.
That holds a lot of water.
He throws so much interceptions. Then Jameson Winston's a stud. He had the most yards last year, but he threw as many interceptions as touchdowns. Does that make him a great quarterback?
He threw about 30. He threw about 30.
30 what, interceptions?
Yes.
Okay.
That's not horrible.
That's double what Ben did. That's double what Ben did, right?
I'm just saying. I'm not defending him. But Aaron Rodgers, who you said is not as good as Ben, averages about 4 to 6 interceptions a year. Look him up.
And he hardly ever had a reading game.
Maybe he does, but I don't.
If I ain't mistaken, he threw for 4,000 yards last year.
I didn't see Aaron Rodgers leading any of these leagues in yards or touchdowns. I don't see him leading the league in those either. So
he was at one point.
Okay, passing touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers in 2012 was number 2.
2012, okay.
We go to 2013. Passing touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Manning was number 1. Okay, Aaron Rodgers was number 21 with 18. Ben Roethlisberger's was 10 with 10 more. 2014.
Exactly my point.
Roethlisberger had 33.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers?
I'm looking.
Right. Not even in the top.
I think he was hurt that year.
Possible. I don't know what years he was injured, but possible.
Let's go to 2015. Aaron Rodgers was number 5 with 35. Roethlisberger was 16 with 22. 2016, Aaron Rodgers was number 1 with 49. Roethlisberger was number 6 with 32. 2017, Roethlisberger was 3 with 33. Aaron Rodgers was 25 with 16. 2018, Roethlisberger was 34. Aaron Rodgers was 35. So they go back and forth.
Well, it's only 2 times Aaron Rodgers was above Ben from your list. Only twice.
Okay.
So what's that now? I'm just saying, yes, touchdowns are what score. Yes, the interceptions are bad, but he's only beat him twice. So my argument there is like Big Ben was a better offensive player.
Let me say this: on the fantasy league, you pick Roethlisberger all you want.
I have.
I'm gonna pick Aaron Rodgers.
I have. Aaron Rodgers has one.
And when your QB is negative 35 because Roethlisberger done throw 5 interceptions, then I'm gonna call you.
He's never been negative because his yards always are more than the interceptions that he's had. So he's never been negative. I can go back into history.
He threw 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and he went negative.
But how many yards did he have that game as well, right? So in the league, if he has yards, they offset the interceptions that he has. It's just the way it goes. But my point is, I can go back into my fantasy league. I can go back to like 5 years, and I can tell you how many times Ben Roethlisberger has actually led that fantasy league.
You see this right here? You see what the chat is saying?
No, I see what you're saying, but I'm getting down with no.
I don't know if it's possible, but it would be nice if we had like a little survey for our viewers. Who do you feel is a better quarterback?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
And we can talk about it next time. But I know we'll have to see Anzo as a defense attorney again. I love you.
Put that poll up on my page right up after this. We're gonna talk about that next Saturday. But before we go, Becky, what you want to say about your Cleveland Browns? I know we ain't talked about them the whole show. Do you think they're gonna?
I wonder
I
why.
love them.
You think they're gonna do something this year?
If there's a season, yeah.
Okay.
Are you happy with
Hopefully
your
there's a
quarterback?
season.
Are you happy with your quarterback, Becky?
Yeah. I'm excited to see what he'll do.
Because
How
you
about-
know
Land-
Go ahead.
Landry's healthy.
he has a lot of weapons.
Landry's healthy. OBJ's healthy.
Chubb,
Cleveland's had a lot of weapons for years, and they still ain't gonna do nothing.
I think it's their coaching
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't really had, a solid coach in Cleveland, especially since they had all this talent. We don't even know who the coach is.
Last season, beginning of the season, they had Cleveland going to the Super Bowl. They
Yeah,
had
because of talent.
and
Only talent. On paper, they were a Super Bowl contender.
but on paper doesn't necessarily mean they're a good team.
100% you're right. And you know what's even crazier? When they predicted that, they didn't even know what Chubb did yet.
Oh, what's that? I didn't hear what you guys said.
That's with every team.
No, I
That's
knew
with
my
every
team.
team. Nobody
I knew
knew.
my team wasn't winning. I knew my team wasn't winning. I could say that much.
Well, I knew mine wasn't winning either. So
Right now, since Alex Smith went down, he was my last hope. I don't know what to hope for now. This rookie quarterback, they're not really giving him a chance. Are they going to mismanage him like they did RG3? I don't know. As long as this guy's been the owner of my team that I like, it's been nothing but misery. And all true Redskin fans would agree with me 100%. The ones who didn't, they're the ones the reason the name should change.
but RG3 was way overrated, though.
No, he wasn't. He was badly managed. He's badly managed.
Way
It's like,
overrated.
you know what?
So why is he in the league now?
Because he's crippled, man. They ruined him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He should have never went back in that game. Shanahan ruined that guy's career. Anzo,
Yep.
let's just call a spade, because like I said, if it happened to Pittsburgh, even if it happened to Dallas, I would say the same thing. When a team makes it evident that they ruined your career, like I blame the Detroit Lions for not allowing us to see the true greatest running back possibly ever, Barry Sanders, to be traded, that's when teams predict the outcome of if you stay a fan or not, at least with me. Because if you see there's no way that your team could ever make a turnaround, even by trades, because they're making stupid trades. Firings, they're not firing people, they're keeping people who rightfully deserve to lose their job. How could you cheer? How could you cheer? You're so bad. Even if your parents treat you bad.
But what did RG3 really do to show that he wasn't overrated? He didn't do nothing.
He didn't win Rookie of the Year?
He won Rookie of the Year, but I mean, Rookie of the Year is great, right? But you can have a Rookie of the Year, but your second year you could fall off, which is what happened to him. He wasn't as good as second year as he was his first year. And the reason why is because defense keyed on him.
Anzo, get to the facts with RG3. He only started to play bad when he got injured. Prior to his injury, he was the best thing on the field.
He may have been the best thing on the field, but he was still overrated.
But he got hurt.
In his second year?
He got hurt.
In his second year?
Yes, he got hurt. And all through that second year, he got hurt. They put him back in the game. He came back with 2 games left.
Just like Cam, MVP year. Cam MVP year. He was fantastic. Went to Super Bowl, lost some of his confidence, got hurt. Did they start teeing on his head? He ain't been the same.
But Cam was overrated too.
You know what? And this is where I take my hat off. I take my hat off to Big Ben because this guy has come back to a lot. He's a soldier. But there's not many quarterbacks who can get hurt and come back and perform at that same level.
There are not, but there are. Peyton
That's why I take my hat off to Ben. That's where Ben will get a vote for me to move him up based on overall why they should be in. That's one thing that would work for his favor for me.
Peyton Manning did too. He got injured, came back, and won the Super Bowl. So it's possible that it happens. My point is that maybe his career was cut short, right? But my point is, you can't say that he was this all savior only because of 2 seasons. You got
He was the best thing we had.
I know he was the best
we
thing
were
you
getting
had.
a bunch of busted quarterbacks from everywhere.
Bro, I know he was the best.
Fitzpatrick to put on a Redskins hat.
I know he was the best thing you had, but he was not the best thing the NFL had.
He was, as far as rookies go, he was the number one
that year. But that doesn't mean he would have had the same year after that.
But he has much better chance than everybody else because he's number one.
It doesn't mean he would have had 3 years. How many players were number one and did
Why am I having this argument with someone who doesn't respect Michael Jordan or thinks Ben Roethlisberger's top 10? My point is, how
many quarterbacks have been rookie of the year, had great years, and then fell off the next year? There's a lot of them. So you can't.
Name me one.
There's a lot of them. Oh God, I can't think of one now, but I'm pretty sure
there's not many.
There are.
Fall off due to injury, not stats. Because if you look at the stats, he got hurt. He was still better touchdown to interception than your Ben Roethlisberger.
My point is, you cannot say he's not because he hasn't had a long enough career. We don't know what his career would have been. Running quarterbacks have a really Danny, I know. Running quarterbacks have a really short life expectancy.
Okay.
Michael Vick had it. He had a short one.
Michael Vick had it fighting during his career, not his football. But go ahead.
Oh God. Okay. Michael Vick had a thing against him where he wasn't a great passer for his whole career. So don't say it was because of his injury.
No, but that's true. He was a running quarterback, but it doesn't mean he wasn't a great running quarterback.
I'm not saying he wasn't great. I'm not saying Michael Vick wasn't great. I'm saying running quarterbacks have a shorter career than regular ones. That's what I'm saying.
So Lamar Jackson shouldn't get his right because he's a running quarterback. He's not going to last long.
I said that, but we can't. But what I'm saying is we can't make Lamar Jackson saying he's the greatest or he's this or that right now because
he's probably one of the best quarterbacks to go to that franchise. I never said, he's the greatest quarterback. I said he's the best thing the Redskins had.
And I agreed with you on that. But what I'm trying to say is because of his short thing, he was overrated. Because of his short career, he was overrated. We cannot say because we don't know what his career would have been.
But overrated means that you're not accomplishing what you should have. This guy's career went downhill due to an injury.
And we don't know what he would have accomplished because
but based on what he did, he deserves to get the recognition. That's what I'm trying to say. He didn't do bad things prior to his injury. He only showed signs of greatness.
Yes, but he only had a short period of time to do so.
Did he mess up during a short time? Did he mess up?
You have to fucking give them longer than that, bro.
Did he mess up during his short stint?
Whether he did or not, you have to give them a longer period of years. You can't be quarterback 2 years and think that, oh my God, he's the greatest thing to ever happen.
Oh, you said he's the greatest. You're saying that. You're saying that.
I never said that.
I said he's the best thing for the Redskins. I don't know how many times to repeat it, but you keep saying he's the greatest. When did I say he's the greatest?
But I never said he wasn't the best thing to the Redskins. I agreed with you on that. What I'm trying to say is because of his short career, he was overrated. We don't know what he was.
Barry Sanders overrated?
But Barry Sanders didn't have a short career.
Yes, he did.
How long did Barry Sanders play, Roberto?
You told me 4 years?
He played way longer than 4 years.
He didn't retire way before his time, Barry Sanders?
He retired before his time, but he played way more than 4 years.
Way before his time.
But he played longer than 4 years.
So, because he retired before his time, he lose recognition on what he did prior?
No, but he didn't play only 2 years. He didn't play 4 years.
He never won a Super Bowl. He never won MVP. Never did anything.
He was leading the league in rushing. He was on career high. If it wasn't for Emmitt Smith.
He never won a rushing title?
Yes, he has.
No, he hasn't.
He played 10 years.
He played 10 years, exactly.
How many rushing titles?
He has rushing titles. Guaranteed he does. I don't know how many, but he has rushing
Barry
titles.
Sanders?
Yeah. Barry Sanders was the one Emmitt Smith had to beat to get the record. It was Barry Sanders.
I tell you, he was my favorite. He's my all-time favorite running back. I'm not bashing him.
I know you're not bashing him, but you're trying to compare him.
my argument with a lot of people is that he didn't play as long as an Emmitt Smith. He didn't play as long as an O.J. Simpson. But it wasn't his choice. He wanted to get traded. His team wouldn't trade him, so he retired. That shouldn't tarnish what he did. RG3 didn't want to break his tibia.
He won 4 times.
Okay, but RG3 didn't choose to break his tibia. So why should all the accolades he got prior to it be diminished?
Because he only had 2 years. He only had 2 years. That's what I'm trying to say. He only had 2 years.
What does that mean? You have to do 5 years for your record to be knowledge?
No, but you have to. But no, but
how many years do you have to do?
You at least have to play more than 2 years because he could have went down. He could have because after 2 years he could have dropped off. You don't know that. After 2 years, he could have been the best quarterback to ever play the league, but he's only.
I don't want to argue this. I don't want to argue. This is not part of the interruption. I'm sorry if this is getting heated. What I want to say is, okay, my last word on this, because this should go on like politics. Do you remember, and I can't remember because my blood is flowing a little too fast right now, that cornerback for the Redskins, Taylor?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
This guy didn't even have 2 full seasons, but yet they were saying this guy could put Ronnie Lott to sleep. This guy would have been the greatest cornerback of all time.
They said would have, though. They didn't put him in that.
He didn't even play 2 seasons, so the people say, oh, because he died, he's not.
No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that, but that's my point. They said he could have been, but because he didn't, we don't know if he would have had that peak or not. That's my point.
Everybody's eyes he could have been. But to me, he was the greatest. He was the greatest.
He could have been.
Whether you have one game, okay, that's just my final point.
Okay, we have to carry on this debate another time. But this was a good show. We were a little over 2 hour mark, but we'll be back next Saturday, same bat time, same bat channel, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Square One. And until next time, peace.
We ain't got no more words for brothers that be stepping and friends.